Hello everyone, this is Korosh Erfani and today is Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. So this presentation is not about a political issue but about a philosophical one. So that's why the title has changed, if you have noticed. And I am talking about something that is much more closer to a philosophical topic than a political one, even though the case is purely political. So I am going to talk about philosophical nihilism. And this is a very interesting concept because we are talking about something that is getting more and more spread across the world. Usually we define the philosophical nihilism as the belief that life doesn't have any meaning, that in life or universe, in the world, in your personal adventure that we call personal life, there is nothing that is inherently meaningful, inherently significant. So that's an idea, and many people are affected by this idea, because the fact that you cannot find anything as intrinsic value in anything, in any phenomenon, brings you to this situation where you don't have any motivation for doing something well, doing something good. Why? Because there is no morality, there is no truth, and you think that everything is somehow baseless, meaningless. As long as philosophical nihilism is in the field of just an individual and his life or their life, it's okay. One or a few people are affected. The life of a few people is impacted. But we start to have a real challenge when those who are in power are impacted or affected or touched by this virus, because that's a philosophical virus, we can say, nihilism, not finding meaning in anything. From the moment you are affected by this virus, you are able to do whatever is imaginable in the sickest mind on the earth. What's the limit? What's the restriction? Nothing. Because there is no value for life, for the human life, the human dignity, the life of the living being. So you are able to do the highest level of atrocity or crimes regarding anyone or any group. This is what happened in Gaza, right? This is what is happening to the Palestinian people by those who are affected by this virus, by Israelis, by the IDF, by the gross majority of Israelis. They are completely touched by a kind of nihilism, and don't forget that to them there is a reason for this, because historically, Judaism doesn't have any philosophy that can bring about any meaning to life. They don't believe in the after-death life. Everything happens here. According to the principles of Judaism, God, Yahovah, is giving you punishment or reward for your action here, right? And there is nothing after that. So that's why they know that they have to enjoy the life here and there is nothing after death. But the problem is that this lack of any perspective for life that we have had historically in Judaism now is affected by another destructive virus, which is Zionism. And in Zionism, you don't need to have any objective. You need just power. You need just wealth. These are the people who are living for the sake of power. These are the people who are looking for power for the sake of power. Wealth for the sake of wealth. They don't have any objective. Even though we talk about the Zionist plan, Zionist design, etc. But these are just for the sake of argument. This is not reality. They don't have any objective. They build up something and they destroy it, and they did it for 5,000 years again and again and again. They destroy any civilization. They destroy anything that is built. And that's why when we are talking about the philosophical nihilism, we must avoid applying this concept as we are applying to, a person who is, touched by philosophical nihilism, a person that who doesn't find any meaning in life, or any intrinsic value in anything. We are talking about the people who are now in the possession of wealth and power, and they combine them in order to exercise, to realize materially this philosophical nihilism. And that's why we are on the brink of a very critical point in the human history. These are the people who find joy and pleasure not in creating the things, but in destroying the things. And that's a huge, huge difference. The discrepancy between having an ideal of creation, production, and an ideal of destroying, annihilating, abolishing, demolishing. Let me show you a video. This is in the West Bank. Some people, some good people from the different countries across the world came over there, the good guys, in order to defend the defenseless Palestinians against the occupier of Israeli IDF. And imagine now that there are other people, those who are affected by this philosophical nihilism, that come over there in order to intimidate them, in order to scare them, and to damage physically or mentally these good people, the activists, who are there to defend some human dignity of Palestinians. I would like that you pay attention to the attitude of this guy, this Israeli guy, in order to see how hateful he is, how disgraceful he is, and see just what he can be looking for in his life or in the life in general. You can see someone who has been completely metamorphosed, who has lost completely his humanity, and is just there to propagate, to spread more hate and everything that is alike. Let's see this video.
You don't want to make peace with us? So what do you want? You want war? What do you want? You want war or peace? What do you want? You want war or peace? Decide! Decide if you want war or peace.
Today we got pepper sprayed by an Israeli far-right TikToker by the name of Roy Starr, who came here to the Palestinian village of Ras Al-Auja, invaded our activist compound. He just physically assaulted several activists in this place. You invaded private territory. You physically assaulted several activists.
That's not a people of peace, right?
Oh, you're a person of peace? Get the fuck out of
I want
here.
to talk. I want to talk.
Get the fuck out of here, you terrorist fuck.
Tell me, are you a peaceful person? Are you here for peace? Are you here for peace?
Get the fuck out.
Or are you here for war? Because if you want war, you're gonna get war. או יהודה. פה זה לא פאקינג פלסטין, פה זה יהודה, שמעת? פה זה יהודה, לא פלסטין. I know your number, I know your family, I know where your cousin, your grandma, your father, your uncle, I know where everyone lives. And from this day on, anybody who harasses other people is gonna get harassed by himself. I'm starting a new project, which means harass the harasser. You understand? So go and exchange your SIM cards and go tell your father and your mother and your cousins to change their address. Because from now on, your information is going to be out there. And everybody, all the country is going to harass you back. So get ready. Because you've never seen somebody like me until this day.
Oh, we've seen many.
And the next guy who's going to stand, the next guy, hey, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You want gas? Don't touch me. If you touch me, I will spray you. You understand? Don't touch me. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch.
The fuck
Don't
back.
touch.
You're touching me.
No, you're standing in my way. You're gonna feel what it means to harass people. We're gonna start harassing you.
You're gonna start?
Yeah, I got all your fucking information. I got everything. I'm gonna find all your family and everybody, and you're gonna have to replace your phone and your address. You're gonna see. Remember my face, motherfucker.
It's very forgettable, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to introduce yourself again.
I promise you, you're gonna call and you're gonna beg me to stop. You're gonna beg me.
So, this guy is touched by philosophical nihilism. He doesn't have anything good in his life. He doesn't have any meaning in his life. And you know what? We are talking about a new kind of philosophical nihilism where the people are trying to get a meaning for their life by destroying the meaning of the life of others, getting an ideal by annihilating the ideal of other people, because they don't have any one, right? They don't have any. They know that the planet is over. They know that the Israeli project of the greater Israel is over. They know that they don't have any future because they started badly and they are continuing badly and they will finish badly. They know that. They are conscious about the extremely negative and gloomy fate that is waiting for them. So that's why they don't have anything to lose. And because of that, they are able to make lose other people anything they have, including their life. This guy, if he is not killing these activists, is not because he doesn't want to do that. It's because just he cannot do that. You remember, for the Israeli army, it was an ideal. That was the favorite form of the situation, to be able to kill 2,300,000 people in, let's say, 1 hour or 1 day, if possible, but they couldn't. The only thing that was a kind of impediment to them was the physical or practical impossibility of doing so, not the idea. The idea was there. They wanted really to kill any single Palestinians in Gaza or elsewhere from the way they won, but they couldn't. So that's why 2 years they were committing a genocide, in order to kill the maximum possible. Right now, it's a matter of more than 600,000 people. But to them, because of this nihilism, where there is no meaning in anything, the numbers represent nothing, absolutely nothing. You can talk about 600,000 people killed in Gaza. You can talk about killing 6 million Palestinians. You can talk about 60 million, let's say, Arab and Muslim. You can talk about 600 million of the whole Middle East. To them, it's exactly the same. Why? Because of this nihilism. They don't have any attachment to reality. They want just to find something, in order to continue this meaningless life. And what they can do, either they have to act positively, because the meaning is a positive construction, right? Anything negative means destruction. So construction means peace, means coexistence, means confession to all the wrongdoing that they have committed. They don't want to do so. So that's why they opted for the only thing that they can do: destruction, annihilation, vanishing the people, damaging everything. The Zionism is not really an ideology with any ideal. The Zionism has for objective, for goal, the destruction of the other ideologies' ideal, other projects, ideal. This is the only reason they are acting. They are motivating by the destruction and putting an end to the ideal of other people. The only pleasure of the only existential reason for Israel is just to prevent the ideal of Palestinian for having their own country, abolished, completely destroyed, vanished. That's the only thing they are looking. And guys, unfortunately, we are in a very bad situation, because now those who are in power, and I'm talking about not only the Israelis, but also what's happening in the United States, what's happening, over the world by those who this top 1%, at the top of the pyramid of the power and wealth. These 1% now is completely touched and affected by this philosophical nihilism. You know why? For the objective reasons. They know what they did to the planet. They know what they did to the humanity. Here it is, by the report like that. And this is not the most horrible report that we have of, but just as an example. The United Nations report is telling us that the era of global water bankruptcy is here. Global water bankruptcy. There is no more possibility to find enough water for the global population. It's impossible. Now we have to accept that we are in a kind of water bankruptcy at a global level, worldwide. So they know that. What does it mean? It means that millions and then billions of people won't have drinking water, or any water for agriculture, for life. So when you know that thanks to your system, Judaic capitalism, Zionist capitalism, you know that you have destroyed the planet, and this is the just one example. Imagine that they did it on different plants, different levels, different fields. when you know that you have already destroyed the planet, which means the only thing that you have to survive. So what would be your attitude? What would be your view, world view? Just trying to, find something that can excite you in order to continue to live. Excitement, joy, emotion. How? By adventure. What kind of adventure? Let's demolish completely Gaza. Let's destroy completely West Bank. Let's bomb Iran, and so on and so on. Let's occupy Greenland. Let's occupy Iceland. What about invading Canada? Nonsensical attitude of some people who are touched by philosophical nihilism. We are talking about the people who are deciding about the future of humanity through their insanity. Can you believe that? The future of humanity is in the hand of the most insane people on the planet. This is the case. And there is no restraint to them. There is no limit. They don't have any control on their attitude. In most of the cases, they are not even aware about having been affected by this virus of philosophical nihilism. They are just acting as the crazy people, as the mad people who are destroying everything. Is it bad news for the future of humanity? Yes, it's very bad. Why? Because now there is a very little chance to prevent them to destroy completely the planet. Just a little chance. Because they cannot check themselves. They cannot hold back. They are going, in a crazier trend until there is a total destruction of the planet. And we are doomed. We are completely damned. We are condemned. In most of my videos, I am talking about the necessity of social mobilization, of reinforcing and strengthening social power in such a way that we can stop them. And that's the only thing that we have. We cannot count on any other institutional tool or leverage. We don't have that. The UN doesn't have any power, the international law and everything. For those who are affected by philosophical nihilism, none of this has any sense. So if they can destroy the planet, they do that. If they didn't, if they haven't yet done, it's because physically it's not easy, right? But we can be sure that as they are going down, they will be more and more aggressive, more destructive, and more dangerous. And they are going to do so. So that's why we have to use the collective wisdom. That's a civilizational challenge, really. That's a civilizational global crisis, which means the whole global population has to think about how we can be safe when they are effectively controlling everything. They are dominating our planet. And what we have to do, what we have to organize as collective action in order to prevent them, in order to be an obstacle to this destruction. So that's why I think not only on a political level, but also in a philosophical level, we have to think about the alternatives that we have for this philosophical nihilism. We need something that can be there to help us, right? So, as a personal effort in this way, a few years ago, I suggested a new philosophical theory that is called infinitism, or more precisely, universal infinitism, where I tried to show that despite all the efforts to give us a finite view of the matter and of the universe, the matter and universe are infinite, and therefore there are infinite sources of energy and materials to be explored over there. So we don't have any restriction to have all the necessary sources that we need to have a much higher level of civilization, if and only if we change our point of view, and instead of seeing everything as a finite reality, just seeing the infinite fabric of reality. That's the idea of infinitism, to see in anything the infinity that is running, infinitude in action. That's the idea of infinitism. I try to present it as an alternative, and I am continuing my efforts for that, and that's why in a series of videos under the title of philosophy in the future, I am going to talk about that. I will present universal infinitism theory with some details in order to create maybe a new curiosity, a public curiosity regarding this theory. And this is an example, that is a sample of the efforts that we can do, in order to put an end to the domination of this extremely dangerous virus of philosophical nihilism that we can see in Netanyahu, in Trump, in Rothschilds, in Rockefellers, in the deep state, those who are just trying to, take joy of destroying the planet, destroying humanity. That's their joy, that's their excitement, that's their pleasure. And that's why it's extremely dangerous. We are going to talk more about that. Thank you very much for watching this video.